What do you say? What do you know? It's the Artie Clear Show here on Monday. It's a new week. It's a glorious day in Philadelphia as the Baltimore Ravens go down to the Philadelphia Eagles by a single point. Michael Vick engineering another fourth quarter comeback, and the Eagles win 24-23. It's sweet. We're 2-0 and only turned the ball over 9 times. How sweet it is. I'll tell you one thing. Got to give it to Michael Vick. Those last couple of games, you know the Cleveland Browns is a bad team. They beat them, came home, they played the Baltimore Ravens, and they took care of business in their own house. They turned the ball over 4 times. Baltimore turned it over twice. They only got 3 points over turnovers, and we got like 17 points off the turnovers. They dominated that whole game. The offense played pretty good for a real good Baltimore Raven team. That defense is strong. Pollard, Lewis, Ed Reed, who picked the ball off yesterday. That's a good defense. And the Eagles, they stepped up with their defense. D'Amico Ryans, tremendous so far. First 2 games, what a great trade that is so far for the Philadelphia Eagles. Michael Kendricks, played super at linebacker for them yesterday. When the chips are down, that Eagles defense, they stepped it up. Now, when's the last time you could say that Eagles defense stepped it up? Unless you had Seth Joyner and company. Back in those days, the Eagles could step it up. Even when the Brian Dawkins era, they stepped it up with Jimmy Johnson with that real good defense. At Ben, but no break defense. Right now, this team's young. They got a good defense. They got a good offense. Macklin's going to get hurt through the whole year. Don't worry about it. Okay? Because there's a guy out there, and they might reach out to him. They get one more injury at a wide receiver. Plexico Barrios could come to Philadelphia. As far as their offensive line goes, King Dunlap and Kelsey the center, boy, it's not that I have a lot of faith in King Dunlap, but he's a mountain. He's a building to move. So I like that part. But Kelsey will be the loss that the Eagles do not want to have. Now, out there was Jeff Saturday, who now plays for the Green Bay Packers, who's an all-pro from the Indianapolis Colts, who Peyton Manning played for years with, and Peyton tried to get him over to Denver. And the Eagles passed on the guy, because they had Kelsey, the young guy. But I got to tell you one thing about football. Offensive and defensive linemen, you never have enough. Because they're in the trenches. They're going to get rolled up on there. They're going to bust their knees. They're going to tear calf muscles. They're going to get beat up because every time the ball's like, they're in action. They're in contact. And usually when you got big 325-pounders, 6'7", 6'8", rolling all over one another, what do you think's going to happen? Injuries are going to happen that way. And the Eagles need that depth. Also, got to point this out. A lot of penalties again. We got to cut them out. He had 7 or 8 penalties. No good. The officiating through all the NFL for the last 2 weeks has been not even say so good. But they're put in a bad position because the NFL should already get these officials in there. Because there's going to be teams bitching and moaning, saying, we should have done that. This happened, this happened. They're going to blame them refs. And they're perfect people to blame because they're on the hot seat. Why not blame them? Better than blaming yourself, isn't it? I'll tell you, yesterday was a good day for Philadelphia. Bad day in baseball, but a great day in football as the Dallas Cowboys lose and the Philadelphia Eagles win. The Skins go down to the Rams. The Giants make a comeback. Eagles are 2-0. The rest of the division is 1-1. We're already on top. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You beat a bad Cleveland team. You beat a pretty good Raven team. Michael Vick leading the charge. Both times in the fourth quarter, he came up big. I mean, he came up big. And so is Brent Selleck coming up big. And McCoy, who had a fumble, and dropped the pass. Still, chips are down. Those guys are ready to go. They are a good team, the Eagles. They have put it together. I think they need some offensive line play. I think they need another wide receiver like a Plexico Barrios because they're so small there. But the Philadelphia Eagles is the team in Philadelphia right now, having all the fun. Okay, all the fun. The fans are jacked up. So am I. I love when the Philadelphia Eagles win. Makes my show better. Brings a guy like Ed Brendel to go. He'll be on the show today. 5:15, talking Eagles football as he did on Sunday after the victory. We can get Brent Selleck, Jason Patton's been on the show. Seth Joyner on the show again, talking about the Philadelphia Eagles and the rest of the NFL. And it's pretty good. Brady lost yesterday. New England get upset by the Arizona Cardinals. Kevin Cobb former for the Philadelphia Eagles. Knocks them off 2018. How about that? Let's go down the scores real quick for you, and then we're going to cut off this tape and go to the Philadelphia Phillies because I got a few things to say about them also. Buffalo, they went 35-17. Carolina was 35-27. Saints' second loss this year already. One on the road, one in the dome. They should not be losing them games. Carolina was up 35 on a really bad defense. Cincinnati 34-27 at Cleveland, who could barely score on the Eagles, but Brandon Williams threw for 322 yards yesterday, a couple of touchdowns. Indianapolis wins. Andrew Luck gets his first win, 23-20. Houston, they take care of Jacksonville. They sting Jacksonville 27-7. Miami, on a big day by Reggie Bush and Tannehill, another rookie quarterback, wins his second time out. They kill the Raiders 35-13. Upset Arizona, Kevin Cobb, 2018. Giants make a gigantic fourth quarter comeback, 25 points in the last quarter they scored, and they beat the Buccaneers 41-34. The Eagles with a 1-point victory, and they came back and held Baltimore, even though it was a bad call by the official, and gave them an extra timeout. They still beat the Baltimore Ravens 24-23. Seattle upsetting Dallas 27-7. St. Louis, in St. Louis, Sam Bradford having a big day, 31-28 over RG3 and the boys. Okay, where we got? Come on. Pittsburgh, all right, they took care of the Jets. They'll throw that Sanchez under the bus yesterday. That poor kid, he's going to have scrape marks. He's going to need some plastic surgery before they get done with him. Then Pittsburgh just drumbled in 27-10. San Diego and David Rivers just killed Tennessee 38-10. Well, that's a bad Tennessee team. And the Detroit Lions on Sunday night, San Francisco beating them 27-19. San Francisco might be the best team in all football.